Well, the NBA season finally gets back up and running this weekend with the Jazz first up against the Pelicans Friday night our time, and from the Disney World-based bubble. You can catch it all on Kayo, of course, and joining us right now from that very spot in Orlando, Florida, one of Utah and Australia's best in Joe Ingles. Joe, great to have you with us, and after what's been an incredible few months to say the least, it's happening. How keen are you to finally get things restarted?
Yeah, we are. It's like you said, it's been a long time in waiting, and to go from, I mean, for me, for 15 years of constant playing different seasons and national team, and to kind of all of a sudden just shut down and really not be allowed to do anything for a couple months. It was really different, and coming back and kind of getting back with the guys in Utah and then obviously getting here to Orlando. It's been really fun just to like I said, your team becomes your family, so to say, for that season, and to not see those guys for that long was bizarre for me. But yeah, we're really glad we're here. We're happy to be here, and obviously to finish off the regular season and the playoffs, and hopefully we're the last team standing at the end of this.
Well, I guess every team is in pretty much the same boat, aren't they? How have you found this mini pre-season, given it's going to be a real 8-game shootout for the playoffs? Are you ready to roll?
I hope so. I've done everything I can. Like I said, I don't think anyone that's here at the moment would have been in a situation like we've been in for the last few months. So I did all I could. My wife, Renee, sat me down at the start of it and was like, you can either take it easy and have a couple of beers and relax, or you can really take this over. And being older too, at 32, I didn't want to kind of drop off too much, and using the time and equipment I had at home the right way. It could also benefit me for later in my career. So I did everything I could. I feel like I'm in good shape to get going, and really excited to play. It's very different playing a game. We've played preseason games in there with no fans and all that, but we're happy to be out there competing and doing what we love to do.
Well, everywhere you look, there's been a degree of sacrifice to get this restart underway, hasn't there? You mentioned wife Renee, pregnant. Congratulations to you, by the way. But also, she's got the twins, of course, at home. So how challenging has it been for you and the family? I mean,
it's been horrible, to be honest. Obviously, for the 4 years of their life, I've been in and out. It's my lifestyle. It's the job I do, and Renee did kind of vice versa for when she was still playing. So we would kind of swap roles a little bit, but to be with them for 3 months straight and put them down every night, get them up every morning, have every meal with them, be able to hang out with them, be able to help Renee, give Renee some time away, let her go for a walk, let her get out the house, was something I've never got to do in 4 years. So it was so. I knew it was going to. The hardest part, I guess, was I knew it was going to end at some point. And that day at the start of it felt so long away, and those weeks leading up to it came so quickly. And again, I'm so lucky that I've got Renee. She's unbelievably supportive, and probably pushed me here more than I originally thought I wanted to come. I was very hesitant with her at the time, 6-7 week pregnant wife. She's obviously 22 weeks now, and like you said, got 2 4-year-olds at home. So yeah, a lot more credit goes to what she does than me running around on a basketball court.
Yeah, just one story, of course, of many. Does give us some context, though, of the sacrifices that you and teammates are making to ensure the NBA does get completed this year. And as we know, the season was suspended when teammate Rudy Gobert tested positive for COVID-19. And then, of course, Donovan Mitchell, or was it the other way around? Who really knows? Either way, we know they were certainly front and centre of the season shutdown. Look, just how have those two gotten on from that? How did it affect them? And there has been a bit written about their own relationship. So is everything okay in camp?
Yeah, I think, no, yeah, I mean, they're totally fine. I've said this before. I think with the world we live in now, and social media and media in general, things get blown out of proportion all the time. And at the time that happened, there was our league shut down very closely after that. A bunch of other leagues. Basically, by the end of the week, there was no sport, there was nothing going on, and it was a story that got clicks. And American media love stories that get clicks, and I think it was definitely there was frustration. There was frustration with all of us. I didn't speak to my teammates for the first 2 or 3 weeks of it, not because I don't like them, but my one priority was making sure I was healthy, obviously, so I didn't take it home to my family. So my whole concern was my family at the time, making sure they were at home, safe. My son's autistic and his immune system, like I wasn't going to risk anything to put my family and children and pregnant wife and very early pregnant wife at risk. So there was frustration within the whole, not just our team, every team, the league, every other league that was shutting down, and there was just not much news going on. So I think it got blown way out of proportion. I mean, I don't like Donovan every day. I don't like Rudy every day. I get frustrated at these guys when we play, when we don't. Like it's a part of being a professional athlete. And yeah, like I said, they're totally fine. They've actually been playing really well together. So hopefully someone will write a good story about them soon instead of just these constant negative ones.
Yeah, indeed. You mentioned just how close to home it did come, and it's notable that Aussie Aaron Baines, a good mate of yours as well, actually did test positive. I'm not sure if you've caught up with how he's going, but from what you've seen, how badly did it affect people? So
we had kind of two different versions. We had Rudy, who ended up having a few kind of flu-like symptoms, I guess. He's still, to this day, he's obviously recovered and he's had negative tests for months now. He still was having issues smelling food, smelling whatever it is, and still does to this day. So where on the flip side, Donovan had nothing. Donovan didn't feel different. He didn't. There was that. So you get I guess there's kind of different versions of it. We've obviously seen what it can do to elderly people, which is obviously extremely sad in the death rate that this is kind of caused. But yeah, our two guys were kind of, I guess, completely different of what they felt. But obviously, yeah, the concern for me was that my family, my children, and a very early pregnant wife. And yeah, glad it's, I guess, been kind of contained enough. And we know more information now on what to do and what not to do. So Renee and the kids are home a lot, and that's hard. But at this point in life, it's something we just have to do: wear a mask and do everything you can to stay safe.
Which brings us to the actual basketball. And wow, there's not much room for error, is there, mate? Teams will literally have to hit the ground running starting Friday night for your good selves our time. Does that adjust your approach to how the Jazz will play in this restart?
Yeah, I think every team will be different. We lost Bojan Bogdanovic, who was our averaging 20 point, a big part of our team. And so we kind of, I guess, got automatically forced to be able to play a little bit of a different style because we don't have him. So I think you'll see some different things from teams. I mean, at the end of the day, we're all pretty excited just to get out there and play. We've put ourselves as a team in a good position that these 8 games, I highly doubt, and I'm very confident we won't go 0-8, but even if we did, we're still in the playoffs. So I think from our point of view and what we've done in a normal regular season and what I think we'll continue to do now is you want to build, you want to keep building and building. And at the end of these 8 games, you want to be playing at your peak, heading into the playoffs. And that's what we do in the regular season. You start off and you obviously hit road bumps along the way, but by the end of the regular season, you want to be playing your best basketball. And I'm confident with the team and our coaching staff that we can be playing really well in kind of 16 days. I think it is about time. We play every second day as of Thursday. So it'll be different, it'll be interesting, but like you said, it just is what it is. We've got to make it work. You mentioned the loss of Bojan, such a potent scorer as well. Does that change your role in the team? Yeah, well, I'll go back to starting. This year for me has been very up and down. I got told in the off-season, obviously with Bojan, that I'd come off the bench, which for me I'm not there for the accolades or the front of the newspaper. Like, I'm happy to be there. I want to win. I obviously want to play well and help my team, but I want to win. And so I was more than happy to take that role after starting the last few years. But then Mike Conley got injured for a little bit with his hamstring, so I started again. Then went back out when he got healthy, and then obviously now with Boyan being out for the rest of the year, go back into that starting role. So it doesn't bother me starting or not. I know obviously with Boyan out, there's we all have to kind of pick up the slack. It's not on me. It's not on Donovan. It's not on one person. We've all got to be a little bit better. We've got the team that can do that. And I mean, personally, individually, of course, I want to play really well and kind of make up for his loss, and I'll do everything I can to do that. So there's always kind of pride, your self pride, and obviously representing my family and my children. I want to do everything I can. If I'm not with them, I have to make it worthwhile being away from them. So I'll leave it out there every game like I always do, and hopefully we come back with some good results.
Well, first up is the Pelicans, of course. Zion Williamson, not without his own degree of dramas this week as well. We certainly hope everything's okay on the family front there, but literally a massive challenge taking on the Boom rookie. Have you come up against him before, and just how hard do you think he is to handle?
Yeah, so we actually played him his first ever NBA game in the preseason of the kind of start of this regular season. So, yeah, I mean, he's super talented. He's huge. He's a very huge human being. He's super athletic. I still think he's a little raw, not in a bad way, but obviously he's young and he's learning how to play. He's learning the NBA, and he's going to be a multiple-time All-Star. I mean, his talent is something he can kind of take it wherever he wants to take it. So there's not many players that kind of come in the league with a body and physically ready to play like he is. And with his skill and talent, I think he'll just keep getting better and better. I think he's one of the future's faces of this league.
All right, with a bit of a longer view in mind, the Olympics and the Boomers, quite literally, you guys should be in Tokyo right now. Instead, we all wait another year. But how does this affect the so-called golden generation, do you think? In particular, Andrew Bogut, it was all meant to marry up perfectly for a big finale potentially for him. Do you fear COVID-19 might have robbed Andrew the chance to win that elusive major medal?
I mean, I hope not. I mean, I love Bogut. I've played with him for a long time now, and there's a lot of us that are getting up there in age now. We've had that kind of same core group together for a few Olympics. I think it's 3 Olympics now, nearly. Definitely 2. So it's I mean, it's one of those things that with COVID, everybody's learning on the fly. Everyone's trying to gather as much information. Everyone's trying to do the right thing. That every league in the world, every job, everyone's learning on the fly here, because we haven't had anything like this in my lifetime. So, yeah, I hope that obviously he's not going to play for Sydney or whatever he said, but I hope he's going to do something to be around next year. I still think he could come over here and play in an NBA team and be a kind of a backup, second or third big on an NBA team and help with his experience. And I think for him looking after his body and being in that role over here, I think he could be really good. And I have no doubt teams will probably come sniffing and asking what he's doing, and it's just whether he wants to do that. But yeah, I hope he's there. I hope we're all there. Obviously, we still don't know if we're actually going to, if they'll be able to pull it off next year. We like I said, we hope they do. And with our team and the age and the talent that we've got, it's such an exciting group. And we've got experience. We've got some super young, talented guys that are going to be really fun to play with. And we just hope we get to put it all together and bring home that first medal for Australia.
You working the phones? You're talking him into it. Come on, Bugs. Come back to the NBA. Stay playing.
I do speak to him a lot. We've got some other hobbies that are very in common. We both love cars and we both love real estate. So we talk a lot. I speak to him quite a bit. Him and Paddy Mills are probably my 2 kind of closest friends. I've played with them both for so long now. And, yeah, speak to him all the time. So I'll definitely be in his ear because I do think he can really help us. He did at the last tournament between him and Baines. They were both unreal. So, like I said, between that age and experience, and then you throw in some of these young guys, it's really exciting group to have. And then you hire Brett Brown, who's my top two favourite coaches. Quinn Snyder I've got now, and Brett are my two favourite coaches I've ever had. And to be playing for Quinn and then to go to Brett in an off season, it's I couldn't think of any two better people to play for.
When you talk about throwing in some of these younger guys, those younger guys do include Ben Simmons and Dante Exum. You've got a lot to be excited about, haven't you?
We were talking about it not long ago. I remember when I first came in to the national team and I was 17, 18, and Bogut was the only NBA player. And I think there was 4, 5, 6 NBL players, a couple of guys that were playing in Europe. And it just shows how much more talented we've got over that time. I think Australia's always played with passion and grit and a bit of kind of attitude behind us. We've always done that. We're never going to back down to who we play. But we probably weren't as talented as other teams. Now it's completely flipped, and we're almost more talented than a lot of teams there. And we've got that same Aussie attitude. And it's so exciting to obviously I got to play with Dante with the Jazz. Ben, I really was looking forward to playing with. I played with him a little bit in Melbourne in our training camp, and hopefully it all works out. That obviously the COVID stuff is first and foremost. If that works out, we can get over there, and then everyone puts their hands up and is healthy. Hopefully we're all over there together and we can do something special.
Well, first things first for you, it's duty with the Jazz. It all starts Friday night with the NBA returning live on Kayo, Friday night our time. And, of course, Kayo will have live games daily for the rest of the regular season, then the best of the playoffs plus the finals live. Joe, we can't wait to see you and the Jazz featuring, of course, in all of that play. Well, stay safe and thanks for being with us.
No worries. Thanks for having me.